Hi.
Hi, thanks for joining us today. So
Sure.
we are streaming this through Facebook Live, so we'll speak for about 10, 15 minutes, and then if any questions come in, I'll ask them in the end. So feel free to take it away.
Perfect. Well, hello, my name is Leslie Rayford, and I am the Recruitment and Retention Coordinator for Confluence Academies. In short, that means I work in the HR department, and I have everything to do all day long with teachers, not only just finding good teachers and educators, but also for retaining them. So I spend time going around to the classrooms, checking in on them, seeing how their days are going, and if they need anything, and I advocate for them. So that's my role personally. Let me share with you a little bit about Confluence Academies. We are the oldest and the largest charter school in Missouri. We've been around since 2003. We have 5 schools. 3 of them are pre-K through 8, which is a model that we find to be very effective. And we have 2 high schools, one called Confluence Preparatory Academy, which is a comprehensive high school, sits right in downtown St. Louis, right near City Museum. And then we also have Grand Center Arts Academy, which is a performing arts school, which is grades 6 through 12. And the students there are, they choose a pathway. And by that, it's a little bit like choosing a major in college. So the students that choose Grand Center are looking for something in the arts. So either dance, visual art, theater, or music. And they choose that pathway and they spend half their day in their art and then half the day in academics. So that's grand. CPA is more of a traditional high school that you would think of with all the great sports, volleyball, track and tennis, football, soccer is joining our team. We're also adding on esports this year, which is something we're very excited about. We're the very first high school in the city of St. Louis to jump into this new phenomenon. We have a beautiful room. It's state of the art. We are a sponsor for MSI computers, which we have over 30 computers in the room, 3 Xboxes and PlayStations, and we're promoting 3 different esport games, Rocket League, League of Legends, and wait, it just left my mind. I'll think of it. League of Legends and it'll come to me. Anyway, and it's a team like anything else. The kids try out, they wear uniforms, there's coaches, there's different levels of teams, and then the competitions are virtual. So the parents are invited to come and watch and be a part of it just like any other sport. And it's great for those students that are interested in learning about computer coding and writing, anything to do with the technology world. We also have a broadcast booth that is in the room that's amazing, where the students learn to broadcast on Twitch and learn all about broadcast journalism in general. So that's also promoted by our English department and the journalism department. So while it's a sport, it's also a little bit of an academic as well. There's no grade for it at this time, but it is a really exciting thing that we're presenting at CPA. And then for our grade schools, pre-K through 8, we are very different. Our schools are all very different. We have a school in the far south that's 50% Hispanic, 40% African American, and 10% other. Just a little bit of a mixture of everything. That's our largest school. Over 820 students attend that school. And we often have a wait list for many of our classes because they do fill up very quickly. And then our 2 schools up in the north are spectacular and great things are happening. The enrollment has been growing every single year. We serve some neighborhoods that are really excited about us being there. We've been there a long time. We purposely chose those neighborhoods to serve the families in the north because we feel that the families in the north haven't had as many choice options. And if you look at where the charter schools are in St. Louis, many of them are south and mid, but very few in the north. So we're excited about that. We have Old North Academy, which is right near Crown Candy, if you're familiar with that great location that's really growing. The mapping agency is coming into that part of St. Louis, so it's really bursting at the seams, and we're getting lots of attendance and of people enrolling there. Almost 500 kids, or no, 580 students at that school. So that one's quite big. And then of course, Aspire Academy sits in Walnut Park, and we're at the old Cardinal Ritter High School building. So it sits right in the heart of that community. Great school, 450 students, lots of great things. All of our elementary schools also have dance as part of their specials program. We have found that movement and dance is really critical to learning. When you move the body, you can focus more on what's happening in the class. So as well as PE and health, we also have dance and art and music, of course. And we have STEM classes. And I'm trying to think what other specials. Spanish is being added to our South City school because of our really large Hispanic community. So that's just a little bit of an overview of all of our schools and kind of what we have to offer. And of course, we have all the traditional after school activities for our families. So Girl Scouts, Girls on the Run, tutoring, free tutoring for our families, all of those things. Did you want me to speak a little bit about some of the openings that we may have?
Yes, I know you have quite a few schools, so you may have a lot of openings, but if you can maybe just give us a little rundown of what you got.
Of course. So just to, we've been hiring very quickly this year. It's been a very effective and wonderful season. I think with everything that's going on with the virus, while it's been really tough on the rest of the world, it's really focused people on hiring in the positions. And so the openings that we have remaining are at Grand Center Arts Academy. We have a makerspace position open, looking for somebody with a really rich science or art type background. Makerspace is a design thinking class, and it's for middle school and for high school students. It's one of our most well-attended courses. The kids all love it, and they really do a lot with hands-on. We have a 3D printer. The students get out into the community, but it's really designed for students to think through a problem and invent things around how to fix and create any solutions to problems that might be out there. So that's a position we have. We also have just one or two more positions over at our Aspire Academy in Walnut Park, looking for maybe a science teacher for middle school, that 5-9 certification, somebody that enjoys those, middle school age students. That would be something that we're looking for at that campus. And then let me look here at my tracker. Let's see. Oh, we are looking for a math learning specialist for our Old North campus. So a learning specialist in our world is basically a certified teacher who does small group pullouts. So let's say there's some children that might be struggling just a little bit with some math concepts or some things that they need a little extra work on. These are not necessarily children with IEPs or 504s, but they are students that just need that little extra help. That's what our learning specialists do. And they are compensated like a typical teacher with the benefits and the salary and the 12-month, or the 10-month contract like everybody else. But their role is slightly different. They aren't the teacher of record. They just have small group pullouts, typically with 1 or 2 grades. And then at CPA, our high school, I am looking for one special ed teacher, somebody who enjoys working with high school age kids, which is my favorite. And I was a high school teacher. So this is somebody that we're looking for just to be a traditional special ed teacher. We do have a life skills class that this person might be mixing in with and working for those next steps for students when they graduate and those kind of things, and organization skills. And then last but not least, we are looking for a Spanish teacher for our South City school. Somebody with a Spanish certification would be great, and that enjoys working with a multitude of diverse type students. Even though many of our children at that school do speak Spanish fluently, a lot of them are not fluent in the writing of it or the grammar. So that's something that we are looking for. And let's see, and I do have one opening for an assistant principal at that school that just became available. So anybody who's looking for an administration type position in a charter school, that would be at our South City school, that would be wonderful. And and last but not least, we do have 2 instructional technology positions. So this is a brand new position for us. It just went up on our board. And we are looking for people that love technology. We are one-to-one Chromebook, and we're adding these positions in because we know this virtual world is coming. It's already been here, but this COVID has really made us think about it. So if we end up in the virtual world, like we foresee ourselves becoming that way more and more, we'd like to enhance our staff with a few more people. We already have a very big instructional technology team, but they are adding 2 more people to it. So that is a certified position, and we would love to add somebody to that has a love and an interest of working with not just the students, but the teachers as well, in kind of moving through those problems that come along with technology, troubleshooting, and all that kind of thing. And of course, I think I maybe have 1 or 2 elementary ed positions left, not a lot, but anybody that would like to apply, we can talk about any of those openings and that 1 through 6 elementary cert.
Great. And if someone was interested in applying, how would they go about doing that?
So great question. I find it the best way is if they go to our website, which is just simply www.confluenceacademy.org. Click on the employment tab, and then you'll see another little red button that says apply now. And then from there, they'll see a list of what our openings are. and they can just apply right there online. Of course, anybody can email me. It's just lrayford@confluenceacademy.org. And then I will direct them to the website if they want to go that route as well.
Great. And I will have the website and Leslie's contact information once we're done here. Let's see if there's any questions coming in from Facebook Live. Do you have any cute or fun anecdotes of teachers on why they love working at Confluence or?
Oh, so great question. So yes, a lot of them. One of the things I find about charter schools, which I'm sure you hear this all the time, but what's unique about charter schools is it gives the teachers a little bit more freedom and autonomy to express their strengths in the ways that they feel best fits their students. So we do have curriculums in all of our elementary schools. We follow Eureka Math, Lucy Calkins for English. We also have MySci for science, and we have our own social studies curriculum. But that being said, working for a charter school, as you know, from talking to all these wonderful people on that board behind you, is that it's exciting to be in a charter school because you get a little bit of freedom because you know your students the best. We know that our teachers are there on the front line. And we're also really big in supporting our teachers. We have taken orientation very seriously. And so over the last 3 to 4 years, we've added a 9-day new hire orientation, whereby when the teachers start, they're compensated on top of their salary for that time. And we really dive deep into curriculum. We dive deep into classroom management, best practices for PBIS and trauma informed. We just really believe in supporting our teachers because we know, of course, the more successful they are is the more successful everyone is, especially the children.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Sure.
We'll just give it one more minute and see if there's any more questions. If not, then I will let you go.
Okay. And one other thing I want to share with you, Bailey, that we also have is something that we call fellowship. We're really proud of this program. It's been around for 3 years. Fellowship is a time during summer school when our new hires come on board and they get to teach side by side in the schools with the existing teachers that we have. And so what's really great about that time is that it really gives them the opportunity to meet our families, meet our students, and to spend time in the buildings. The curriculum is always a little different in summer school. We use something called Catapult, which is a really wonderful curriculum. It's a little bit more fun. It's a little bit more camp-like, I like to say, where there's a component of, let's say, different grades have different things, but let's say like robotics for one grade, cooking for another, maybe an art component for another, while there's also still an academic piece. So the new hires get to enjoy time at fellowship, and they are compensated for that time as well.
Great. Thank you so much.
Sure.
I believe that's it. So I can let you go, and I will have Leslie's contact information once we get done here. And thank you so much for joining us today. And I hope you're staying safe and healthy.
Thank you, Bailey. Thank you for having us.